Alright guys, so this is going to be a review of the NZXT Guardian R921B case, and as you can also, whoa, that was loud. As you can see, it's just kind of a pop. I think it's magnetic, but anyways, so I think the magnets are down here and up here. It's hard to see, but I don't really think I'm going to need a much. So up here, what is your 3, 2, or 5? Wow, that was great. 5.25-inch bay for like your disk drives and stuff like that. And right under it, whoops, that was the wrong zoom. Right under it is your 3.5-inch bay. I'm not sure what goes in the 3.5-inch bay, not sure. I believe you can put your hard drive in through there. And behind this mesh is an intake fan, so for the system cooling. Now, if we go around to the back, that swings shut really close, but I have the steel case, so it's a lot easier, or it's a lot more durable, I believe. Wow. So on the side, you can see there is wow, let's restart that sentence. There's actually a exhaust fan on the side of the case, and this is just plexiglass, I believe. And it's sturdy, but don't go around just like throwing your case, even though you have metal and plexiglass, because that's a really dumb idea in the first place, and you'd look stupid and you'd break your case. Excuse me. And this is not a cheap case. So now, if we come around to the top's not very fancy. You just have a place for an exhaust fan. Maybe you want to put an exhaust fan there, I'm not sure, but I believe over here is more efficient. And so you have your holes where you can put screws in for your exhaust fans. Now, on the back, let's see if I can turn this a little bit more. Oh, that was green. Now, on the back, you have this. This is already open. There was no like solid shield there for that. I didn't have to take anything off there. Down here are your PCI slots, your expansion bay port things. And so I'm going to show you in a little bit how to take that out, because it's very difficult. I'm not going to give you a link to skip to that part in the video, because I want my video to be viewed as much as possible. To the right, which are these small holes right here, I'm pretty sure that's water cooling. Is that water cooling? I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that is water cooling. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but don't be rude about it. So as you can tell, up here, I broke one of these. I broke this one because I tried to get it off and I tried incorrectly, and so now that is forever floating around. But or not floating around, but that's forever just going to stay in the case. But there are screws, so you can screw this expansion bay back in. And screws come in this little white box down there, but we can get to that later. So now on the back, you have, see if I can zoom in on it, you have 4 screws, and it's very easy to see. Just gonna point them out, and there's that one. This is really weird doing this with a camera. So I'm gonna turn it on its side in a second, but first I have to take the screws off. This is like my 5th time recording this video, because my video camera is getting very old, and ouch, okay. I cut my thumb with a knife, and it was really painful. So I was cleaning something off the blunt edge of it, and hand slipped from the sponge and cut my finger, and there was lots of bleeding. I think this is like my 5th band-aid today. There's been a lot of bleeding, but anyway, so I'm going to flip this on its side now. I'm going to be very gentle with it. That was just stuff inside of the computer that had nothing to do with how gentle I was. Now, we have quite a bit of reflection. We have stuff on the ceiling, the sun, and then we have Ichiro Suzuki on the wall. So that's probably where I'm getting most of the glare, and then a Route 66 sign above my desk. And that's my desk. It's a pretty cool desk, and that's a pretty cool chair too. That's, that computer right there is just kind of an old used one. I have all my instruments. Anyways, this is kind of a room tour, I guess. So back here, I don't know how I did that. So back here, there is a slight lip on this, so it's very easy to take this panel off, but make sure you don't pull it all the way, because you might knock the fan loose or break something else. So I'm going to put this over here. It's a very durable piece, so don't worry about breaking it when you take it out. Usually, if you have steel chassis, man, I'm not good at talking today. If you have a steel chassis, then those should not break very easily. Now, this is your box. It's a good white box. It's a cool looking box. No, just kidding. It has all your screws and stuff in it you need. It has all the necessary screws. I don't think it has screws for the mounting point for another like aftermarket exhaust fan. It has screws for your power supply, your PSU, which is on the bottom, and they were nice enough also to give you a piece of mesh taped down, so you get you get extra filtration before your PSU sucks up anything. So I may or may not get a plastic sheet to go on the ground under my desk right there. So one, it would make it easier to roll my chair around, and two, I wouldn't have to worry about like carpet or dog hair or anything being sucked up. And this comes nicely packaged. I opened it a couple times, that's why it's going to be easier-ish to open. It comes nicely packaged anyways, and it's very good. So now this cord running on the floor everywhere, that's just my camera thing, because I didn't feel like waiting for it to charge. Okay, now, so if you can see in there, I don't really think you can. It's hard to see. Yeah, it's hard to see. Let me see if I can find a lighting solution. Yeah. Okay, so I still don't know if you can see it or not, but back here is a fan. This is your intake fan. On the other side of this is the mesh that I pointed out earlier. Now here are your 5.25-inch bays. This is where your, like I said, your disk drive and stuff like that's gonna go. Your CD drive, your Blu-ray player, whatever the heck you want. Down here is your 3.25-inch drives. I'm not sure what to put in there. And down here is where you're going to put all of your, let's zoom out more. Okay, that's where you're going to put all of your storage. Like, if you have SSD, that's where you're going to put your SSD. If you have your, if you have a hard drive, that's where you're going to put your hard drive. And also, in this box is the proper screws and mounting rails to go in this. For this, and this. So you have plenty. I think you have 8, so that's enough for 4 components. I'm not sure though. So anyways, now the fan already has the proper motherboard hookup on it, and so does this fan down here. So that's why you see the wires with the nice NZXT logo on it. I love NZXT, it's cool. And now also they give you this really weird user's guide that's actually not that helpful. So if you can see here, on part 5, it gives you instructions to how you're supposed to take the take expansions like PCI card or PCI expansion slot out. Wow, that was very good English. So all this is to flip it back. Now that's not all there is to it. So I'm going to turn this just a little bit to make it more convenient for you guys to see. I'm gonna zoom all the way out. Not quite all the way out. Okay, so if you can see, you have 3 levers here, or 3 lines here of plastic, and now the middle one is a lever. All you have to do is push down on that. You have to push down pretty hard, and it'll click, and you can surely flip it back and take your PCI installation thing out. Now, I'm just going to do it one more time in case the first time I did that, it was not very good. And you put it back in place by pulling up the slot. So now, I'm going to grab the lantern I had. This little purple lantern. Put it inside the case. And I'm going to hold up. So, there. So this middle lever, you push it down, and you don't exactly push it down, you push it out. So let's see if I can fix this. Put this back. Oh, whoops. So you kind of push it down and out. So if your case is laying like this, you want to... Wow, okay, that was pro. You just push it down and out, and you flip it back, and you're free to take your PCI card out. And so now, if we go around to the other side, putting it back's not that difficult, but I'll do it just in case you guys want me to. So this is the slide that I flipped out. All I need to do is flip it back and put it back in place until it clicks, and you are good to go. So now you have... I'm going to take all these wires out of this bag, and I think I just sat on the screws from earlier. Did I? Yes, I did. Oh, pain. Okay, so now this comes neatly wrapped in this bag. Whoops. Don't pull too hard when you take the things out because they could be damaged. It also comes with this little twist wire thing. I'm not sure what they're called. So this, I'm going to untangle these just a little bit. Here is your strange cables. These are for your thermometer. This one is just an inside the case. They're labeled. This one's system. You just put that inside the case, or really wherever you want. The other one's labeled HDD, which I'm guessing is hard drive disk, because you don't want your hard drive disk to get too hot. And this one's your CPU, where you measure the temperature of your CPU. Wow, this is not zooming in. Or it is zooming in too much. Okay, so now I'm going to put these over to the side, because I need to organize these cables a little more. And they're already labeled. So now, if you flip this over... Wow, okay, zoomed in too far. Okay, now let's zoom in again. This is the HDD LED. So that's the hard drive, that's the LED in the front. This is reset switch and then power switch. And now that I think about it, where's the power switch? I believe this switch, whoa, let's zoom the other way. This one's power, and I believe this one is reset. So, there you go. It makes a pretty cool sound. I'm going to be as quiet as possible to see if you can hear it. Oops. Oh, that got messed up there. So it's a nice feel when you turn your computer on. It just feels good, so it's great. Excuse me. These wires are quite tangled, so I'm going to try to not damage them while I take them out. This one right here is your speaker. You have a speaker in the front of the case. Let's see, it's your yellow and black twisted wire, I believe. And I'm not going to pull that out because I probably will end up completely pulling it out. Now, this is your USB for the side panel here. It's your USB. You just plug that right into the motherboard. No issues. If you need help with building a computer, if you need help with a parts list or anything, just ask me. Also, I can help you with that. I can get you the best budget system or the best not budget system. So, this one is also audio. This one's the audio for this, the side panel. There are a few more things here that I'm really not going to go over. This again is just a fan thing for the front. And there's a few more wires in here. I'm going to have to label them better and box them up, or put them back in this bag. And with the twist wire, where did it go? Speaking of the twist wire. I'll find it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of, or not this episode, this showcase of this case. And I hope this was helpful to you. So, thank you very much for watching. See you next time, and bye-bye.